September 21st, I believe 2 to 5, and let's paint the heck out of it. Dump some oils on there, whatever you can do.
Said September.
Yep, Sunday, September 21st. Yep. And we'll be passing around, well, we'll for sure get sign-ups, just a sheet where you can put your name down if you need to. 2 to 5.
What's the date again?
Sunday, September 21st. Senator King?
The last one you mentioned, what's the name of the business again?
Vita Sana.
Oh, oil company.
Yeah. They do a lot of oil. Okay. So, Senator Severson, I will get you contact for flatbed, and then I'm going to put PR in charge of doing that. You can get other people, but you can make the list for having help. Okay? We did the ad hoc sign-ups right now. There might be more to come, but we did those. Salute to Service game, I'm just going to make a quick request and mention there. On Helper, there is a request out for people to hold a giant flag tomorrow, right before 6 p.m. There's going to be a B-1 bomber flying over from Ellsworth Air Force Base. They're flying from Grand Forks because the Air Force Base runway is currently tore up, and they're redoing it. So we have a B-1 bomber flying in, pretty cool in itself. It's a salute to service game, so it's honoring all the first responders, the military, all of that stuff. It'd be good for you all to be there, represent the Senate. It'd be even better if we could get 4 or 5 people to log on to Helper and help Cassie out. She's the athletic coordinator, and help hold that flag. It's going to be a big deal tomorrow. You'll show up at like, I don't know, probably 5:40? 5:30? 5:30. Okay. And the game starts at 6, so the anthem will be probably at like 5:55, right? Doesn't take a whole lot of your time. We all get it free anyway because we're Mines kids. So if you have that desire or that want, or if you know people that do, free clap all that. Senator Volmeister.
And I do believe, free food from the frats for the tailgate.
Yeah, first tailgate.
Senator Roberts?
Senator Severson.
So how many people do you need left, and then where do we go to participate in flag holding?
Clive, do you want to pull that up?
Yeah, so there are actually 2 opportunities.
You want to pull up the website? I'm sorry. So basically, you can just type in on a good old Google search. Just a second, Senator Volmeister. A good old Google search, just Helper, and it'll have you log into your Mines email. You want to put that on the screen here? Okay. So just have you log in with your Mines email, and it'll take you right to this page here. Oh. Oh. Yeah, Ivan?
It looks like there's 2. There's one from 1 p.m.
Yeah.
to 2:30. And then another
Okay,
one.
go ahead, sorry.
Oh, and then another one from 5 to 6.
Yep. So the 1 to 2:30, they put a lot of like red, white, and blue American drapings and the different, what do they call them, bows and stuff like that to make it look really festive. You'd think the president's in town. That's the 1 to 2:30 thing. If you want to help decorate. If you have class, no worries. There's the flag holder thing, 5 to 6, I guess is the time. And that'd be, they need 30 people, they have 19 right now. We need 10 people. So, not saying that they'll offer you from here. She has people that she can, if need be, desperately pull to get to do that. But yeah, I think it'd be a good opportunity to show.
What was the name of that website? Helper.
Helper. Yep, all you gotta do. Helper. Senator Volmeister.
Can you send that just in the Signal group chat?
Yep, we sure can.
It should be in your email too. Did you send that email to me?
Yeah. Okay, Senator Hill.
The email distro for that, can we put club emails on it? Because until it got forwarded, none of the vets, and I would assume none of the ROTC guys, knew it was even happening. So,
aware of it.
you were?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. So all the old guys got left out, and So I know last year, they weren't even told there was a salute to service game, so one Yahoo, who just happened to be there, had to carry the club.
Wow, okay, well, yeah, we'd love to have you, and yeah, we'll send that out, make sure the clubs are involved on that, and especially Rousey and Veterans Club. All right, I think that's all I have for open discussion. I have more in my report. Anybody else with open discussion? Seeing none, bring it back up. Oh, sorry, Senator Meyer?
I was just gonna say, once you get to the security and that committee,
Yeah.
or that ad hoc, like, what we do, sign up, once you get that figured out.
Yeah.
Figure some other time.
Yep. Yep, when I get the answers to that, I'll go around just like that and say, all right, people who wants to be security and safety.
So, alright.
All right, so moving on to CFO report.
Few things today. First thing, I got the date and time set for SOAP workshops. An email will be sent out sometime by the end of the week here to all the organization emails. The dates for that are October 6th and 9th in the classroom building, 204 West, from 5:15 to about 6 o'clock, with a makeup on the 17th, same time and place. SOAP applications are going to be due this year on the 19th. That's the second day of break. It's just a Friday. And then I'm currently in the middle of revamping the SOAP application. I'm going to hopefully shoot to have that done by the 15th and send it out to all the organizations. We'll make a pre-made template of how it should look, and then I'll go over it more during the SOAP workshops. That's the end of my report. Any questions?
Seeing none. All right, we got, thank you, CFO, Sean. We got VP report.
I don't have too much to report other than what President Wells said has already covered. I do want to take the chance to recognize a couple guests. Professor Downing, who's always a friend of the Senate. Good to see you here. Former Vice President of the Senate, Vice President Schleich, I should say. Good to see you here. Remind me what you're here for?
Oh, I was in town for a wedding, and then Professor Downing decided to wrangle me to a colloquium over at EAP. So now I just kind of moved you on over here to see how things are going. So making my rounds, yeah.
And then we also have a freshman who's already filled out his nomination form, so we're excited to see people on that. So good to see you here today. I also received an email today from a representative of CAISI asking if we would be willing to do a president and VP pie to the face event with them. So
Yes.
so I'll be meeting with them tomorrow to coordinate that. So that, I guess if you want to see a pie in my face, that'll be coming out soon. And a report.
Senator Lambert.
Are we allowed to do things quickly in that meeting?
I don't know if it'd be official Senate capacity,
Okay.
you know, if we do it as, we just happen to be president. We're not acting as president.
Yeah, are you thinking of a particular protocol? Is that right?
Not particularly, I'm just, involved in Greek life, and I'm not sure how the other vets and sororities would feel like that.
Well, they better plan out a pie for them.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
taking a public stance on something maybe would be different, but I think school spirit.
As long as you agree to every frat vet.
Yeah.
If it works within schedules, yeah. That's our whole goal here. Senator Baumeister?
Yeah, I was gonna say that I think that if you would like any faculty member, it wouldn't be a representation of the school as their position, it would be just a funny way for them, everybody kind of knows them.
Right.
So,
Senator Burke?
I think it'd be a good way to get involved. Because I don't think, not speaking of terms, but from a triangle standpoint, they really don't have any, not interest in student senate. They kind of just don't know it's here.
Yeah.
So that could get you guys like us out there,
Yeah.
so that they understand that you guys are there. Or
We'll start their own house parties. I don't
yeah.
So, all right. Well, thank you, Vice President Lee, for that. Moving on to my report, just a few things I got here. Excuse me. We're putting together town hall meetings for departments with President Tandy. This is something that we started last semester. He liked doing them. They were in the evenings. They're about an hour and a half long each, which is extraordinary that he took his evening to do that. But with various good things, not so good things, he wants to hear students' opinions on things related to departments. Civil, EE, and Sench are going to be the first three. We're looking at dates in October after midterms, because that's usually when people start to complain, right? You have a midterm, 4 midterms on the same day, and you're failing or whatever, right? After midterms, before Thanksgiving. After Thanksgiving, it gets pretty busy and people will attend. But he really wants to get these going again, to hear what you have to say, so that way he can formulate and throw around ideas for how it can become better, right? So keep updated on that. I'll keep you all updated on that. And then we have a meeting with finance. That'd be with CFO of the school, Jason Simmons. You met him last week. Aaron Grimm deals with the budget, and then CFO Shock and Vice President Bowie and myself are meeting on Friday at 10 a.m. just to discuss SOAP stuff, GAF stuff, their expectations, our expectations, where we see the trajectory of all of that stuff, dealing with student involvement going. And we'll let you know what we find out from that as well. Yep.
Did you guys ever have any updates on the final exam thing, final midterm schedule that we were kind of working on back in last year?
The midterms or finals?
I don't even, just these exams, like how close they could be together.
Oh, yes, so that's coming in here.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go to Senator Meyer first.
I was just curious how, like with the town halls, how student senators relate to that. Is it just you working with that community, or is it like,
So
what you need to find?
Yeah. So I think what that'll be is, as representatives of the student body, I think one of us will try to be there. I think you all are more than welcome to be there, even if you're not part of that specific department, because you are a student representative in this body. I would highly encourage those of you that are in that department and on this body to be there, to share your expressions, to gather notes, to report back here, or to report back to us that we can report back. As for advertising it, I think I'm going to task the PR department and get together with marketing at the school to post on social media the day of, the day before, stuff like that, put posters on the ground, so many people have adequate notice and time to block off their schedules. And that's really what I see students in this capacity in that. And there's also a potential of, if there is persistent or impacting problems or concerns that we hear, we have the ability, like last year, we had department heads come in and give presentations on what they've been doing in their department. And I think that there is a benefit to that in certain regard, right? Vice President Lee?
Another factor, so last year when we did the mechanical engineering town hall, we also did like an anonymous comment box thing that we could read aloud, so that's not where we come to that, so.
Yeah. So just helping facilitate it, basically. Okay. And then to get to your point about the exam scheduling stuff, I'm meeting with Faculty Senate on September 8th at 3 p.m. to bring forward the 2 resolutions that we passed unanimously dealing with career to excused absence and the exam policy for exams fees. I will let you know how that goes. September 8th, 3 p.m. That's going to be a fun one, trust me. And then, let's see here. Flag holding Rocker Days we discussed. Oh, here's a big one. Dealing with Rocker Days, I'm canceling Senate on Wednesday, September 24th. There will be no Senate. Mark that down. Why? Is because that is the day of President Tandy's inauguration at 3 o'clock, which I hope all of you are at. It's going to be a very, very busy day. At 5 o'clock starts the Hard Rocker Huddle, which is a tradition and an event that was started last year. There's gonna be food trucks, live music with a rock band. There's gonna be, beer for those of you above age to enjoy. Above age of 21, I guess, to enjoy. And that's gonna be going all the way till 8 p.m. And I feel like, you know, we should be involved there. We should show up, make sure that we're representing Student Senate. And it's a good night to just have fun. That's a very, very busy day. It's M week. You know, enjoy yourself. So no Senate, September 24th. And then the last things I got here is I am going to task PR once again with, you can say it over the Faculty on Fire planning. That was a nice event that we had in here. That was 2 years ago, I guess now. Going on 2 years ago. It wasn't last year, but we're going to be doing that. So think about faculty that you'd like to recommend. We'll send around a sheet. That could be the next couple of weeks. We'll do that. And we can sort of pick 2 faculty, and then we can advertise it and get people here. Along with that, the home state game is coming up in October. And I believe we're up at BH this year. Is that right? Yeah, I'm seeing some head nods. All right. So there is thought that we will do a faculty, I think it should be called Wings on Fire. That sounds cooler. Faculty on Fire event with the 2 presidents. They both agreed last year we couldn't get it done. I think what better time to do it than the home state game. So we'll either do that around the game or shoot, maybe at halftime on the field. I don't know. Sometime. And so hopefully we can draw a crowd up there, get people ramped up for that. You know, get some smack talk going. I don't know. That's all I got for my notes. Any questions, comments? Seeing none. All right. Moving on to Special Interest Center reports. International. No report. Okay. Better?
Oh boy. So indigestion is growing within the vet center, but that's more of a segue for the chili cook-off on the 13th of November. I think that's the Thursday. Individual submissions are almost certainly welcome. And we were trying to remember, because all of the really old guys have phased out, we think there used to be like a department award, so the departments would submit a chili and get voted on. So if you guys have been around long enough to know, let us know. If not, we were thinking about starting that. From the very beginning?
The date.
Oh, the 13th of November. And then, yeah, as we get closer, there's going to be more to follow. But it's a good time. It's not chow hall food, so I talked to the food committee about that one. And then it's never too early to talk about the Nemo outhouse races. We're thinking about making a new outhouse for ourselves this year, so either the old one may be up for grabs if you, us, or any of your clubs want it, or you want to hop along and make one when we go out to wherever it is we're going to do that. Let us know. There are no more details about that. If there are any other questions, pass them along.
Any questions for Senator Hill? I don't have this on here, but let's do the ROTC report.
As far as upcoming events, there's nothing to report. Had a few drops in the program, happens every year, but still have a good class size for freshmen, so still happy to see that. We're seeing a lot of restructuring under one of the new faculty members who joined a couple of years ago, and I think overall the program is going to be a lot stronger than it has been, but nothing to report.
Good. Any questions for Senator Lordison? Seeing none, let's move on to the graduate report.
Kind of working on sending out a welcome email to the entire undergraduates, which last semester that was a pain to get going, so I'm hoping that I need to check with IT to see whether or not they actually ended up creating a mailing list for all the graduates, but if not, then it's going to be another pain. But other than that, no report.
Any questions for Senator Bowles? Seeing none, non-trad report.
All right, so
At our last PR committee meeting, I talked with Senator Severson, and I reached out to financial aid, and right now we are brainstorming ideas to promote the scholarship database. So hopefully I'll have some updates on what we're gonna do next week and a report.
Vice President Lee?
So that is up and running, right?
Yeah, it is up and running, but they sent out, I remember at the end of the last semester, they sent out an email, if you're on the financial aid mailing list, they sent out an email with the link there, but as far as I know, that's the only thing that we've done, so we need to do better than that to get students aware of this database, because it really helps some people pay for school.
Any questions? Committee report, Constitution Committee. Constitution Committee? Anything?
Well, I have a presentation.
Ah, there we go.
I've listed about 4 things that are goals, but the Vice President wanted me to make a presentation. So here's a list as a slideshow. So what does our process look like? We want to, one of our goals for this semester is make it more apparent to new clubs what the process for making a new club looks like once they inquire about that. It's not a huge process. There's nothing crazy about it, but it feels like that we repeat ourselves multiple times while we're helping them. So I want to alleviate that. Next slide, please. Another thing is the vets and ROTC thing. Is that working out? That's something that's kind of our responsibility to make sure that is happening. And so far, I guess we haven't heard that's not, but it's early in the year. Next slide, please. Want to work with Corey to update. This is just in the teams. We have a list of active versus inactive orgs. Some of that has changed, and I don't think that list has been updated for maybe a year or two. So that's something. And then, in one way or another, I wrote committee on there because that's a thought I had as an alternative to having a athlete senator, but we want to work on that representation of the athletes like we discussed last year. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Senator Keel. Any questions for Senator Keel? All right. Next up, Vice President.
The gunsmithing club, did they get back to you at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully they will have their presentation for us to be on the agenda next week.
Oh, that's good. Good. PR committee. And also a presentation.
Alright, so I just did it all in one slide here. Basically, I have 2 major goals that I want to get done better. So I want to make Student Senate as transparent as possible this year, and educate the student body more on what we do. This is kind of in light of last semester's salaries leak that happened. Wasn't necessarily because the information was like we tried to hide it from them, it was just because they didn't know. How do I want to do that? I want to try to get our social media presence a little bit better, and that way we can use that as an avenue to provide more transparency through like meeting summaries. If you can see here, this is our current Instagram page. We do not have a lot of followers at all, and all our posts are very similar. So yeah, that's what I want to do better there. And then for just general advertising for Senate events, all our posters look a lot like this right here. There's nothing necessarily wrong with it. It just has our Senate logo and then just a bunch of different information. But I'm just really worried that when students see it on the sidewalk, they think it's one that they've already seen before and they just kind of ignore it. And then something about that, I'd like to work with SA committee on maybe making a survey on how well students know about Student Senate, and then also like how often do they actually check their
like emails from Student Senate? Are they, you know, looking at the posters on the ground, all those different kind of things? I'd like to maybe do one sooner rather than later, maybe one in either at the end of the semester or the beginning of next, and then one at the end of the year, just to kind of gauge our progress throughout the year on that. And then also, we had the org fair last Thursday, which was a great success. We handed out almost all the petitions that we had printed off. Obviously, we have some freshmen who are already interested in running and have filled out their petitions, so I'm really hoping that we'll get a lot of people running. And then also people voting, so that's kind of our general goals. Any questions?
All right, thank you so much, sir. GR?
I also have a presentation.
It's almost like you were directed to have a presentation.
So, for those who are interested, our committee is going to meet at 3 p.m. on Thursdays. Next slide. One of the bigger things GR is in charge of is fundraising. We've scheduled our first fundraiser on September 10th from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Taco Bell. From what I can tell, it should not require any sort of special QR code or anything, or with PR and advertising this. This is the first Taco Bell fundraiser I've seen on campus. I think it's a new thing for them too, because they seem a little bit. So we'll give it a go. Overall, our goal is to raise $4,000, and that will just go to supplement our budget so we can take less from the student funds that we get. Our other two main fundraisers are going to be Petros and the Monument. The Monument has not had a lot of events that they've put up. For September, they had 6 days, and that was it, or 6 slots. So we'll see. It's the same person as last year also managing it, so we'll see if October has a lot. If you guys have any other fundraising ideas we can do, please tell someone on the committee. Next slide. Other goals. We'd like to start seeing people going out into, going out into the community and volunteering on behalf of Senate, so at Border Paws, Feeding South Dakota, that sort of thing. Maybe wearing a Senate t-shirt, just kind of representing us, showing that that we're supporting not only the school, but the community in general, set an example for the rest of campus. We also plan on having at least one person from the GR committee every week or other week, I can't remember how often it is, attend a city council meeting, just so we have a representative there gathering that information in person, and maybe even us giving a presentation once a semester, once a year, about updates on the school. And then we'll also be keeping up with SDVOR updates. They're constantly changing policies, going through meeting minutes, making sure nothing is said or done that just kind of applies to us that goes past us. Other big events that GR committee is in charge of is dealing with freshman elections. We'll start tabling for those once the official petition week opens, as well as dealing with the legislative period, going through the bills, making sure that everybody understands those and what applies to us. And Senate bonding, so pizza, doing events. If there's something you would like us as a group to do to get to know each other better, you can also let us know about that. I think that's the last slide. Any questions?
Vice President Weed?
Just a reminder for the chairs to put your committee meetings on the calendar. I saw yours, so just make sure those are on there, as well as the Taco Bell next time.
I might drop into committee meetings, you never know. So put them on there. I can do a little I Spy on them.
Anything else?
Thank you, simple letter. All right, we got student affairs committee.
I also have a presentation.
Next slide, please.
So yeah, just a quick presentation going over our goals, the same as everyone else. Next slide, please. So the student discount program, it's a real thing. There's the list in case any of you guys are thinking it was like a unicorn that wasn't real. It's real. We're just contacting people and making sure it's still all accurate. So, and there will be, like I said here, a beautified version in the future that we can actually put out to students that doesn't look scary and horrible. Question?
Yes, are there any current plans to make a map of this?
That's actually a good idea. There is now.
So I've been to Pinterest several times and asked for the student discount, and they are not giving me any.
Do not have it? Okay. I'll make a note.
I got a comment as well.
What's up?
It is actually on the STSMT website, the student discount program. If you go to the experience portal, which is where they're directing everybody, you can go on directly either My Minds or Student Resources, one of the two. Go down there and it has a student discount and it'll redirect you to the website. Now, it might not be updated there,
Yeah.
but it is not just an Excel sheet, it's a nice looking thing. So.
I actually haven't seen that. Thank you for pointing that out.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, so that will be done. That's kind of the top goal right now, and get that done ASAP. Next slide, please. Tabling. Want to set up some tables, just give students an actual place to talk to an actual person about issues, because we do have a suggestion box that I'm not sure if everyone knows where that is. That might be another thing to look into, is advertising that. But a lot of people just want to swing by and be like, hey, I think this sucks. And then we would note that down, try to fix it. If it can't be fixed, then big bummer. Next slide, please. All right, so this was a suggestion from our vice president and president. They want us to send members out into clubs and kind of assess the situation going on there. We'll see if we can make that work. I know everyone has a pretty busy schedule on my committee, so we'll see if we can get that going. But that's basically the idea if we can. I think it's a good idea for sure if we can make it happen.
For the record, I'm curious. Climbers, do they have the verbiage?
No, that's
Well,
modified.
Okay, all right. I was like, this is news to me.
It was a very small suggestion, but I kind of took it in there.
There we go, okay.
And I think we might have one more slide. Yeah, so a big thing that I want to do is just have more on-campus activities, stuff that's cheap, kind of easy to do, just stuff that'll break up the monotony of the day. Hand out popsicles, maybe have a movie night. I think it might be cool to get a projector and just project a movie onto like the side of the building or something. That's something that can be done for sure. And then I thought it might be kind of cool to talk to the orchestra or choir or even band and just get them to, come out of their little dungeon and play some music. I thought that would be kind of cool. If any of you guys are in that, maybe talk to me, because that'd be really cool, I think. But yeah, that's kind of the game plan. And of course, lots of surveys this semester. That's kind of what we do. So those are all coming. Any questions?
Please note that the music center invites you to their dungeon like 3 times a semester. So maybe it's.
We're gonna bring the music to them throughout the
Yeah.
month.
You're gonna force it upon
Storm of
students.
music. I don't know. Senator Severson?
Yeah, about the tabling thing.
Yeah.
So I know we last semester or last year tried to do office hours so that students could come in and have that purpose. It's just that our office is a little bit secluded, especially now with the construction. So I just wonder if maybe we should better advertise the fact that we should have office hours, that they can come and do that instead of tabling, and certainly turn to.
I think both would be a good idea. I think just being boom, right in your walkway, hey, look, it's student senate, I can complain to those guys. But I think having a sign or something, a little more signage would definitely be a good idea. Question here?
You'd set it up in the library.
That's actually the plan, was right inside the library door, and maybe around campus too. We'll probably do it a couple times. So
I got an idea here. To draw students to office hours during finals, or near finals, you come to an office hour, you get a caffeine fill. They're cheap, they're effective.
we will check on the legality, and we will get back to you on that one.
And we can be officially drug dealers.
That might make us more popular. Any other questions? All right.
Thank you, Senator Thompson. All right, we don't have any campus ad hoc committee reports right now. Upcoming Senate business. You have something for that? Upcoming Senate business, let's see, next week, another meeting. I'll reach out on that safety and security committee there and see what's going on with it. And that's really all I got. Any announcements from anybody? Vice President Lee.
Yeah, keep promoting freshman relations. Freshmen are involved in freshman stuff. Naturally. Shout out.
Encourage people to come to the meetings too. More participation, more rowdy we can get. So, we might have some words coming too, and either we'll go to them or they'll come to us, I'm not sure yet. We've thought about doing stuff like this with them, pizzas, having them present, or we go there and vice versa, right? Just getting involved is really the main point. All right, with that, I'll take any motions. Senator Jensen?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Senator Jensen, seconded by Senator Yurmalovich. All in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Any objections? We're adjourned. Yeah, take a